Hello, darling, and welcome to your reading. This is the Dial Up Your Guys reading. I'm sure you've realized from the email that I will be adding each reading as a separate link. The names of the cards, I'm going to put them at the description box of the email. So I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'm going to start shuffling. If I get too quiet, it's because I'm focused. Me shuffling your cards as of right now, I feel like there's some sort of blockage or some sort of like holding back. I feel like there's something in your heart chakra that's you're either holding back or it's holding you back, but there's some sort of blockage within your heart chakra. I don't know if your heart is heavy because someone passed away, or your heart is heavy because you feel like someone passed away in your life. So let me just continue shuffling. So, as a matter of fact, let me just pull all the cards and then I will tell you what's going on. Okay. So in your life as of right now, Spirit wants to tell you that, I know I've read the email, but the Spirit wants to confirm to you that you are going through a transformation of your spirit or an elevation of your spirit. But I feel like there's a blockage in your heart chakra and also in your base chakra. So you have the eagle and you have the snake transformation. And I feel like the reason why I chose these decks is because it's like an ancient Mesopotamian type of field or world. I feel like you carry that in your shoulders or somewhere in your DNA. Not just that your guides are animals, but I feel like you should either research Mesopotamian animals or dinosaurs. There's some sort of antiquity to who you are. And like, I know a lot of people have old souls, but there's something about your soul that connects back to a very, very ancient world, like ancient Greece, ancient Mesopotamia. I don't know if it's in the same region. I'm not quite sure. I'm just getting names that are coming up in my mind. But I feel like during this transformation, they want you to know that you will know this. You're going to know and get like past life recalls or get information from your DNA as your spirit elevates and it sheds itself or rids itself from old views or old perceptions of seeing things. You will see what you couldn't see before. So yes, I don't want to sound cheesy and say, oh, it's a third eye awakening, but you are going to essentially awaken your third eye. Not that it's not open now, but it's going to be like a whole new world, a world that you've never experienced before. So what do you think is best for you? Or your spirit guides that are connected with the air element are saying that I believe this is the High Priestess card. I've never used this deck before in a reading, actually, besides for myself. And as an intuitive reader, I feel like this is the High Priestess. And what is best for you is for you to continue your path in spirituality, for you to continue to tap in your intuition. In the previous video that I made for you in regards to books and how to tap into your clairvoyance or mediumship, I feel like the High Priestess is speaking to you and telling you that is the correct path. Don't let anyone divert you or switch your path, because that is what it is. This is what it is. And I also feel like if you're not experiencing this already, I feel like you're going to experience like fevers, sweating, like sweaty palms because of the information that's coming through. I feel like you're going to be possibly somewhere like in the train station or near a lot of traffic, or where there's a lot of people, and the buzzing and the commotion is going to startle you, because not because it doesn't startle people just because it's loud, but I feel like it's those beeping sounds or noises that are going to activate something within your soul or within your spirit. Now you have the earth elements, and what's going on in your life as of right now. I feel like this is a type of energy of, and this is probably why your heart chakra is closed, is because you have the, I want to say this is the Knight of Swords, but it's in reverse. And excuse if you hear any noise in the background. I'm sorry, not the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. And I feel like in your heart chakra, what your passions are. I know a lot of people say, well, your base chakra is where your passions are, creativity. But your passion actually comes from your heart chakra. And if you're not connected with something that you love to do, or that you want to love to do, you essentially block yourself from your heart's desire. That's why they call it your heart's desire. And I feel like that's something that's blocked off, even though I still feel like you might have experienced some sort of heartache, and those things are coming up to the surface, or disappointments, and those things are coming up to the surface for you. And the only reason why they're coming up to the surface is because they need to be transmuted. As this card states, is transmutation. You're going through a state of transmutation. I also feel like with this card, with the earth element, even though it's not an earth element card, I feel like you, in your mind, there's no real action, but you're like an entrepreneur, or you're exploring new areas of your life, when in reality you already know all this stuff. I feel like you need to be a little bit more confident in what you know. And if you say, you know what, this doesn't sound right here, then yeah, it doesn't sound right here. I'm hearing that your guides, I know that people use the word angels a lot, but I'm just going to say guides. Your guides want you to speak up a little bit more, but they don't want you to speak up in a way where you sound like you're going off and don't know what you're talking about, or you sound like a bitch or too bossy around people. They want you to be assertive, is what it is. Or they would like for you to be assertive. You always have free will. You can choose to do that or not. Then we can move forward to the fire element, and this is, what is the best advice from your guides? And you received the King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse tells me that your feelings, as of right now, take them with a pinch of salt, or with a grain of salt. I think it's like a pinch of salt that people say. Don't take them too literal. Don't be too like overly emotional and like oversensitive about everything, because you are already going through a period of transformation in your life where you are going to be overly sensitive and overly emotional. But I feel like there's something about you where sometimes you just want to be a dramatic, and you're just like, I just want to be sensitive, like I just want to be pissed off today, like just let me be pissed off. If I feel like I just want to go off on a rant, then let me go off on a rant. Let me go off on a rant. I feel like that's your type of attitude, but I feel like due to the levels of anxiety that are about to hit you, and I'm seeing like September 24th and moving forward, anywhere from like September 24th to December, those there's something going on in the energies that are going to elevate your psychic energy or your anxiety to the point where if you can avoid making yourself feel like I want to be emotional today, as opposed to allowing those emotions to be emotional for you, then so be it. Then we have the water elements, and it says, what's going on with your relationships? And you have the Ace of Cups, and I feel like I didn't even realize that was the Ace of Cups, but I feel like this indicates to me the overly emotional and the overly sensitive situations, and feeling like there's too much to hold, there's too much in my cup, there's too much going on. I feel like the weight of the world is in my shoulders right now, which I'm feeling that is what you're feeling at this very moment in time. I also feel like commitment is very important to you. So if you're not in a committed relationship, that is where you need to be. And if this person does not want to provide a committed relationship for you, which is the environment where you have to be, because I feel like you need that support, then it's time to let it go. And don't ever be afraid to let someone go. Don't be afraid of letting someone go, because letting someone go will, number one, give them free will to either stay out or come back in to your life, or try to work things out for you and with you and for that person together. I also feel like with the energy of the Ace of Cups, try not to chase someone that's around you, or a possible partner or people that are around you. Try not to chase them with your baggage or your emotions, because what they're going to do is they're going to retaliate against you. It's going to be like a struggle of the powers or of the energies. Try not to do that. And if you want to engage yourself into a ritual magic, you can go ahead and do so. You can move forward in that. That is also fine. There's nothing malevolent about that, about improving yourself, because essentially that's what magic is. You manifest for yourself, or you assist other people to manifest for themselves using the power of free will. And then what lies beneath the surface, or what's coming forward in your life, that's probably going to be a little recent, or it's going to become recent for you. You have the endurance, and you have the kinetic memory or genetic memory. And I feel like this is what I didn't really look at the cards at the bottom, because I like to focus on the cards that come up. But when I first shuffled the cards, and I was speaking to you in regards to your DNA speaking to you. Sometimes when your DNA speaks to you and you go to these other worlds, for example, I picked up Greece and Mesopotamia. I'm not quite sure if that's in your DNA, but if it is in your DNA connected to this life or the past life, it doesn't matter. Those cultures or the spirit of that time is going to come back to you. That sometimes might cause pain, it might cause triggers, it might cause anxiety, it might cause your nervous system to be shot because it doesn't recognize it in this time. It's like the past speaking to you. And when those memories come forward, or when that pain comes forward, it's probably going to be a little bit painful. You're probably going to find yourself, yes, having the energy of the Ace of Cups, which is the overflow of emotions, and wanting to share those emotions with someone. But your guides, as of right now, they're telling me to hold on. They're showing me like a hand over your heart chakra, but they're showing me that you can or that you should try to keep that within yourself and have inner healing and find that inner peace, inner healing, because consciously you know that is no longer your life. It is, if it's a past life recall, it is no longer your life. But if you can do little things in this life to make yourself feel a little bit better. For example, if in a past life you were greedy, go to a homeless shelter, go to a women's homeless shelter, or go to somewhere where you can give or donate, and that will level out the karma, or level out the energies or karma, like I said before. So it decreases the pain that you feel about your past life in this life. And so I think that's all. Let me see if I can get something else. Sometimes these messages come back so quickly. I also feel like with this energy of the King of Cups, if you are experiencing somebody that is pushing their shit to you or their baggage to you, try to be witty with that person. Like, if you feel it coming, let them do their little show, their little play, and don't react with their emotions. Don't connect to those emotions. If you're giving somebody a reading and you're sitting across the table, or you're reading somebody's energy, which you probably will be doing a lot, not that you don't do it now, but these energies are really going to increase from September 24th and onward. But if you're reading somebody's energy, try not to take that home with you, because then that'll affect or trigger your emotions when they're not your emotions to keep. So a lot of learning when it comes to transmutation of energy and knowing how to self-heal, and using your discernment. So I'm going to cut this video right here. This has been your Dial Up Your Guides reading. And now I'm going to move forward to your the Angelic Realm reading. So I will see you in your next video reading. Bye, and thank you so much for your purchase.